walk, the whole earth shakes. I'm like
Ali in his prime. What's good, peoples? What's good? It's your boy here. Welcome back to Next Buzz, Please, NBP Live Show. I'm your host, your boy Blunt. It is a beautiful day out there. Am I too loud? Let me do a mic check because I don't be doing mic checks. I want to make sure my mic sounds okay. So if you can, audience participation, please show thumbs up if my voice is coming through nice and clear and crisp and not low or squeaky or there's some crazy background noise or whatever have you. We got a nice little show for you guys tonight. I got to admit, I've been hella busy this weekend, but I still found time to talk to you guys in the WhatsApp group and come up with a little something for today. As you know, that I'm checking my TV. The big story is the Long Island Railroad strike, right, guys? That's a huge story. Got my cafe, my Bustelo, and whatever. Saludos. Can't do no apple juice today because of some medical issues, so gotta leave the apple juice alone. So I'm just gonna sip on my cafe. The Long Island Railroad strike is the main thing that's going down right now. What happens to them could affect us, right? Could affect the local, TW 100 local MTA. They're asking for raises, and I believe if I'm correct, just, you can correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm correct, what caused the strike, because they were agreeing to all of the raise part, but it got to the part of the medical. Now, the Long Island Railroad pays about 2% into their medical. They wanted them to go from not them, but they wanted the new hires to come in and go from that 2% and wanted the new hires to pay about 10% into the medical. And they said, shut it down. They said, shut it down. Get the picket signs out. Let's go. Now, I'm a little jealous because it's nice out there. When we struck in 2005, it was brick out that motherfucker. So I'm a little jealous. They got some nice weather to walk around with their picket signs and do their thing. But at the same time, it's very sad because a lot of New Yorkers and Long Islanders they're not stranded, but that's their usual commute. And now they're forced to find other means. Most of them got cars because if you look at the stats, the shuttle buses, they're saying the shuttle buses are not being utilized as much as it should be. But they're saying they put about, I don't remember the numbers. I was just looking at the numbers, but they put a couple of 100 buses out, which I believe is what's Staten nice is Staten Island? Staten Island buses? Chime in the comments. Let me remind you, boy, what's the stat? I believe it's nice, right? Danielle, what's good? John, saludos, my brothers. Y'all want something from the store? I got you. I believe it's nice that does that drives the buses out in Long Island, and so they got the nice buses. I hope I'm saying the right name, doing the shuttle work, right? What up, Big Cab, my boy? Slow mo, Cab, slow mo. So, yeah. Because I was one thing I was asking a lot of people, and I had a poll up on the WhatsApp group. If you're not on the WhatsApp group, I will post a link in the comments later, so you could join the WhatsApp group. I had a poll going up on there about if the Long Island Railroad goes on strike, would you do the shuttle buses? I had that poll up. I went and I moved it. I pinned it so that when you come into the group, that's the first thing you see. But when I pinned it, it disappeared on me. I don't know where the hell it went. So I did another poll, and of course, at that time, that Long Island Railroad already struck. They were already on strike. So I just modified it a little bit Yes, nice. Thank you. Thank you. Unio. What's good, Unio? Welcome to Next Buzz Please MVP Live Show with your host, your boy Blunt. I appreciate you coming to and watching. Please share out. Let all your peoples know what's going down. So yeah, nice is doing the shuttle bus. But I was asking people if transit asks you if your union comes and says, "Hey, we got shuttle buses for the Long Island Railroad," would you do it, and is it considered crossing the picket line? And in both polls, I tried to screenshot the poll just right before the show to get the most up to date, and it was gone, disappeared. I had it on 24-hour disappearing. I took it off, so the next poll or whatever I do, it will stay on there. So I ended up missing it. I couldn't catch it. Couldn't. So I was going to post it here. But on both polls, there's about 15 people who participated. The 15 people, no, it's a little bit more, maybe about 18 people that participated. 15 people in both polls said no, they will not do the shuttle bus because it is considered crossing the picket line. There was one who said, I'm unsure, and there was one who said, none of my business. Understandable. Oh, I actually had one yes. I had one yes. And that surprised me. It kind of surprised me because I guess he answered honestly, right? I wasn't expecting anybody to say, "What up, Ron Springer? What's good, my brother?" I was expecting anybody to say yes to that because it's like everybody's considering that it's crossing the picket line, and I kind of agree with them. So my dilemma is like that one guy who said yes, right? Now there are people who, believe it or not, riding public, there are people who work for transit that still live paycheck to paycheck. And then you got the Hebedos, the playboys, who have more than one baby mama siphoning their check. So they could use all the extra overtime that they can get, right? They might see it as, hey, it's money I could get, a little extra money I could put in my pocket. And then you have those who, they're behind on bills and stuff, and this is a way for them to get extra money to catch up or pay off some bills. So, it's really up to the unions to say no. That way the operators themselves don't have to make that decision, because some of us or some of them are going to cross that picket line and get that money, and they don't give two shits about what you think about them. You know what I mean? Dwayne, what's up, Dwayne? What's going down? Yes, peoples. My Facebook peoples are up on the line. I would encourage you guys to, swap over to YouTube. Get your YouTube going. Subscribe to the YouTube. Yes. There's a lot of shuttle work. Damien makes a good comment there on Facebook. It's on my personal page. If you guys are on Facebook, it's on my personal page. But I would really like everybody to come over to YouTube, because I need those numbers. I need to get at least 1,000 people here at Next Bus Please on YouTube, and that would help me out a lot. So yes, he says there's money at the depot. There's depot level shuttles, Q's, L's, F's, whatever. You could do those. Those are fine. But it's like when it comes to why, Dwayne says why I don't know why she swallowed the fly. I guess she'll die. No, I don't know. What do you mean why? What are you asking why? So yeah, again, shuttle. Let's look at the latest. I googled up the latest results from the LIRR. I'm going to share the screen with you guys. All right. Yeah, let me always do that. Can you guys see that? Is that clear enough? Because I can make that bigger. No, I can't shrink mine. I can't do that now. Hold on. All right, here we go. So let us read. Yeah. Okay. So This was the latest I picked up. I just typed this into the search bar to get the latest on the LIRR strike. And this is what it comes up. Let's read it together, guys. There is still no clear sign that a deal is in reach to end the Long Island Railroad strike. Commuters are taking shuttle buses and subways into and out of New York City. Monday, as of the LIRR, the largest commuter rail system in North America, remains shut down. It is the first weekday of the strike by workers, which began on Sunday. Thousands of workers returned to the picket line at LIRR stations Monday. They're seeking pay raises that they say keeps up with inflation. That's fair. That's fair, right? Because ever since they gave up that cost of living raise, we've been way behind as far as inflation is concerned. So the raises they've been giving us has not quite caught up with inflation. So we're kind of behind on the H ball. What up, Big Lloyd? So the MTA is utilizing some 200. Listen to this part. The MTA is utilizing some 250 shuttle buses with roughly 13,000 seats. Right, that's a small percentage of the 250,000 people who normally ride the LIRR. That said, only a fraction of those seats were taken. Just 2,159 used the shuttles for the morning rush, according to the MTA. So you know what that means, right? They're driving. Right? The National Mediation Board, which handles labor relations for railroads, summoned both sides Sunday night. No deal was reached after hours of talks. They returned to the negotiating table at 7:30 this morning. That means commuters opted to either work from home, right, or drive to New York City. Pichette, what's good, Pichette? Yo! Marcy in the building, Nostr, no doubt. Stand up. Okay, so it says, no sense of urgency of getting this resolved. On whose part is that, right? Monday grew somewhat heated, and not just because of the temperature. Union workers shouted their demands, and riders navigated lengthy commutes. So there was some sparks going off on the negotiating table. All right, so let's go. We presented a couple of variations on a theme. MTA negotiator Gary Dallaverson said Monday afternoon, the union said they needed more time and they weren't presented to respond. I think I said that wrong. Subsequently, this morning at 1:30, they wasn't presented. I don't know, it just doesn't make sense to me. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. You guys hook me up, man. You know, RIF, reading is fundamental. Negotiations resumed at 7:30 a.m. No new proposals took place this morning. Everything that has been discussed is what we talked about last night, Dallaverson said. Negotiation broke off at 11 a.m. this morning and resumed at 3 p.m. They going hard, y'all. They going hard. Why they keep bringing his name up? Dallaverson said hopes for a quick resolution may have been overly optimistic. Where we are right now is I think that we continue to have optimism that we can get this done, but it's not at the same level. And I think the unions have shown us that they have no sense of urgency of getting this resolved. Dallaverson said again with his fucking name. All right. Union reps, it's constant back and forth. Kevin Sexton spoke about the process of the negotiation from the union perspective Monday afternoon. Unfortunately, from our perspective in true MTA fashion, it takes 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Every time we think we're close to a deal, there's always a counter, Sexton said. The issue that we have now is when we counter, then there's going to be another counter, and another counter, and another counter, and another counter, and another counter. As soon as the games are over, I promise you we'll be able to do what our members like to do best, and that's to serve the region, Sexton said. Wow, that's just crazy. Unions are demanding that wages keep pace with inflation. The MTA says will force fares increase and unaffordable precedent. Both sides were less than 2% points apart in the fourth year of the contract. So what they're talking about there, the fourth year of the contract, is like they're at 3%, and I believe they went up to 3% to give the union, and the union says no, we want 5. So everyone is sympathetic how expensive it is to live in New York, but these raises are in line with cost of living. Ticket vending machine agent Rob Liquor said, "A ticket name? Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, you guys get the gist of it, right? It's just they can't see eye to eye. Yeah. You know what? I was looking for that just before I got on because I saw that, and it's Figgy, send that to me. Email it to me real quick when you can. I was looking for that. I wanted to have that up, but time got away from me, and I couldn't. I don't have any more time before the show to get it up. But if you email it to me, because I do want to talk about that. So what I'm saying, what me and Figgy are talking about is there was an interview that Jan Olivos did. I believe it was either today or yeah, I believe it was today, and he said some things that were kind of funny. It kind of makes you go, what's going on? You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, while we're here, since you guys are watching, right? I want to get your guys' opinion. Dwayne, holla at me. Dwayne Marshall, you ask a question why. I need to know what the why is about. Why you asking me why? I need so I can answer you because I don't know what you're talking about. You said why? I don't know. Because. But anyway. Hold on. We got am I pronouncing your name Unio? Unio 22? Says tomorrow, Tuesday is the day with the heaviest commute for the LIRR with at least 290,000 riders on average. That is a huge. That's a huge number. It's huge, very huge. Something like nobody's ever seen before. It's what it is. That's my orange Oompa Loompa impersonation, y'all. Don't I'll be here till Thursday. Yeah, so that's crazy. So they you know who's under pressure? I think is the MTA side because they know those numbers, and I think the union has that as a leverage, right? Oh, why go to YouTube? Oh, thank you. You on YouTube because I need the subscriptions. That's it. I just need the subscriptions. I'm trying to get to at least 1,000. If I can get to 1,000, I'll be good. Because then I could, I'll be established, and the algorithm works a lot better, at 1,000 people because some of those people will share. A lot of people here, they don't want to share. It's okay though. Unio says, oh, the average percentage of the total contract that union is fighting for is 3.6% in total. Right. But for what I heard, the sticking point was the medical. So, which was interesting because anybody who watched this show know what medical means to me, right? They were saying that they want the unborn, the new people that's coming in, instead of paying the 2% that they usually pay for the medical, they want the newborns to pay 10%. And I heard one of the union officials said, "You don't touch medical," and I was like, "That's what I'm talking about. Don't fuck with the medical. The state loses. State loses. Here you go, Dwayne. Look, I got you. Look, you're famous. State loses 61 million. Yeah, 61 millions per day. Let's get that up there per day. Yeah, and of course the workers are losing the money too. They're losing their paycheck. But hey, You have to stand for what's right, You don't touch medical, or you're going to be in a situation like the New York City Transit Authority retirees are in, and that's with a bad medical plan. Again, I'm gonna say this again because a lot of people get this shit twisted. If you are healthy, these Aetna Medicare Advantage plans would work fine for you. But the minute your health starts to diverge, or if you have underlying conditions, this plan is not worth shit. You're gonna have so much problems, and we're trying to prevent that for the actors because they're going after they're already going after your medical. So y'all need to get it together. Y'all should join the fight. Join the fight with TW100. Or I keep going there, and I know. Every time I say that, some of y'all rolling your eyes in your head. Oh my God, here we go again. Because it's important. It's happening. It's happening. They going after you, and a lot of y'all not gonna believe shit stink until you step in it. So let's get it together, guys. Retirees, we need y'all on board. We're fighting for you guys. Matter of fact, while I'm talking about that, we had a Zoom call, right? Because we had a Zoom call, was it last week, I think, with the retirees and the people who are having problems with their Medicare Advantage plans, right? The reason why we had that is to get testimonies from people who are having problems. Because not just the MTA, not just Aetna, but the very own union, Local 100, is saying they're not getting any complaints. Any. So we had a Zoom call and recorded a couple of people who had their complaints ready, gave us testimonies as to how bad this Medicare Advantage is to them. And so, yes, let me put that up real quick. And so we had the Zoom to record them so we could show them that this is happening. We're not just making shit up. When these people have problems, they let us know, right? One of the MTA demands is for you guys to pay more. Yep, pay more to your medical. That's how they start, right? So we recorded them, and we got them so we could show MTA that there are problems. These people are having problems. So we're having a second Zoom, and we're working on the actual time and day. And I'm inviting all of you, everybody, whoever's watching this. If you're in MTA and you're having a problem with your Medicare Advantage plan, we're going to need to hear from you. So check this out real quick. Okay, you could screenshot it, you could rewind it, screenshot it, or you could, hit me up in the WhatsApp. Oh, you can't do that in the WhatsApp. You could email me, your boy Blunt. I'll put it in the description where you can email me if you're having a problem with your Medicare Advantage plan. We're going to want to hear from you. We're going to want you on that Zoom call. We're going to need you to keep it under 2 minutes so that we could, we could snip it out and show these people that people are having problems with their Medicare Advantage. It's not the greatest thing since sliced bread, all right? So I will put that in the comments. A little depot business, right? Let's get to that. Which one is it? We have some meetings coming up that you guys need to be aware of. Yep, check this out. You have your TA Surface meeting coming up. Make sure that's the right one. Yeah, TA Surface. When I look that way, I'm just looking at my TV, so don't pay me no mind. So here we go, TA Surface. Coming up tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow. If you're working, of course, there's always 2 sessions. You have the 11 a.m. and then you have the 6 p.m. On their agenda is the officers' reports, good and welfare, old and new business. And they asking you to save the date for the Workers' Memorial on April 28th and May Day, May 1st. What the hell's going on? Is this old? May 1st. Is this old? It's got to be old. May 19th. No. Yeah, it's tomorrow. May 19th is tomorrow. We in May, right? January, February, March, April, May. Yeah. So, yeah, it looks like, why would they put that on May 1st? All right. Anyway, again, if you're in bad standings, you won't be able to attend. So, stay home. But everybody else, tomorrow, May 19th. Yeah, that bottom part threw me off. April 28th and May 1st. Why is that there? May 19th, 11 and 6 p.m. Get your talking points ready. That way you can I would go up there. I would honestly go up there and ask them what's going on with the medical. Why are they going into your medical? Why the extra money into the medical? And fight for that, right? Because you don't want to be in TW 100 Inc. in their situation where you're suing, because we are suing so that you can have the option of traditional Medicare. So it's in your best interest to help us out on that one. We also got another meeting coming up. Let me just bring that up. For stations, right? Stations has a meeting coming up, which I was glad I was able to get this, because I usually don't have much to talk about when it comes to stations. But stations is a part of this. That's the wrong one. Stations has a meeting coming up Thursday, May 28th. If you're part of Stations, this is your monthly meeting notice. Thursday, May 28th at 10 a.m. and 5 a.m. Now, they're also asking you to save the date for something called the Housing Resource Day. Okay, yeah, on May 27th. Then the mental health workshop on May 28th. Yeah, that's another thing I want to talk to you guys about. And pre-retirement seminar on May 29th and Family Day. Damn, they put all that. Family Day on June 26th. So I have all that. They're going to be going over the same thing. Officers report good and welfare, old and new business. So stations, Thursday the 28th. You're either going to go to the 10 a.m. or the 5 p.m. Make a note of that. Make a note of that. And so while we're here, the negotiations with the LIRR was continuing with RTO. Excuse me, sorry. As you can see, you have the VP and the rest of the gang there doing their thing at the negotiating table. Hopefully they can get a deal done where others can't. So, yes, Family Day is June 6th. So hopefully they can get a deal done when nobody else can. All right? That's a good look. I mean, I wish I could be part of that, but nope. Again, Family Day's coming up, guys. You want to save the date. June 6th, it's a Saturday. It's from 11 to 5 p.m. This is just like union business stuff going on, guys. That's going to be at Maimonides Park in Brooklyn by the Cyclone. You'll see a lot of fun. There's going to be music there. There's going to be food there. You get to talk to your union reps if you've never seen them before. Most of them would be there. So I'm going to try to make it. I went one time and had a lot of fun. I was able to hook back up with my Gleason family, which I haven't seen in a long time. And so I will try to be there. So maybe you'll see me. Don't be afraid to step up. Just don't step up too fast, because I might, I'm from Brooklyn, y'all. So you might trigger some shit in me. So just be careful when you step up. I don't mind you stepping up. Just be a little careful. You know what I mean? I still, I still got that nervousness in me. But yeah, Family Days, June 6th, Maimonides Park over there by the Cyclone. Make sure if you have the day off, come through. And this is a. Oh wait, let's do this. Let's do this. I was about to go somewhere else. Mental Health Workshop Day, the 28th of May. This very, very, very important. I'm a big supporter of therapy. Therapy is so important, and a lot of people need, especially nowadays, a lot of people need therapy. So don't look at this as if you need therapy that you're crazy. No, you're using therapy to keep you from going crazy. So this is important. 28th of May, take the time out and check out the therapy that they're offering you. It's not often that you offer this stuff, and you don't want it to catch up to you because you're not doing anything. And us men have a stigma of not going to the doctor. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, everything is not about, you know, it's important. It's very important what's happening to, I'm answering Ronald Springer. Let me put it. Ronald Springer says, what family they cut retirees medical. Yeah. And we're told to file a grievance. Yeah. See, I'm telling y'all, there's a lot of bullshit with this medical when you're having problems. That's why we're fighting to give you guys the option back on traditional Medicare where you don't have to go through a lot of this mess. But yeah, Family Day is just, it's a day to unwind, to let all the other stresses leave and, just enjoy yourself. Forget about all the other bullshit that's happening, right? That's what Family Day is for. After that, you go back into your regular grind and stuff, but you can't focus on that every single day. You lose your freaking mind. And that's where this mental health stuff comes in there. You can use that. So make sure you take advantage. If you screenshot it or whatever, take advantage of that. It could really, really help you out. Yeah. So that's what it is, guys. We 7:30. No, not bad. I went through everything. It's a little hot in my motherfucking house. I'm over here. It's a little hot here. So yeah, the LIRR is the biggest thing. You know what? It was one thing I forgot to show y'all. Let me pull that up because I I found it very important to show y'all. Here we go. Right, and that's the bus routes for the shuttle buses. Yo, Hopkins, what it is, bro? It's been a minute, man. How we doing? I need an update on you, bro. Ever since you got elected, I need to hear from you. I know you're a very busy man, and you got a lot on your plate. But I would love to sit down or even on a live, um, have a chat with you so we could keep everybody up to date on what's happening since your election. You know what I mean? Inquiring minds want to know. You feel me? Okay, so hold on. I'm fixing the bus routes in case some of y'all want to know. This is the shuttle bus routes, right? So for all my Long Islanders that need to know, uh, as you can see, this is where they're going to be going. This is where they're driving. Let me see if I can make that a little bigger. I can't see those names because they're kind of small on my screen. So you guys gonna have to look at that. Hold on, just give me a second. Like, yo, they don't have the cooling on. My building is They have kind of like it's like central air, but it's not. We all have our own um AC and heating units in our apartments, but it's still controlled by the building. And New York City law is that coolings don't come on until later. So all we have is the fan, but the fan's blowing hot air. All right, Ronald Springer says therapy, like you said, it's called behavior management. Look at the back of your Aetna card. Oh, they have that there, behavior management. Hey, whatever they want to call it, I call it therapy. It is what it is. Let me tell you something. This is why I don't look down upon therapy. It's people sometimes when I talk to people and I hear certain words, there are key words that you can hear that will tell you something's wrong, right? And that they need to seek help. But where I grew up at, how I grew up in the community I grew up in, therapy is shunned upon. It's like if you go to therapy, you're fucking crazy. So me telling people of my age or better, maybe you need to see some professional. They'll give me the side eye. They may not say nothing smart, but they'll give me the side eye and be like, yeah, maybe it's just frowned upon, it's shunned upon, and it's like taboo, right? And we need to get out of that. We can't. What up? What up, Supremo? What's good, Preem? Nose to love again, baby. My nose to love people show up. We got to get away from thinking that therapy is a bad thing. I use my therapist because of the situations that I was in, and I was at one point at seeing her 2 times a week because I just needed to explain things and talk it out to somebody who was going to listen without judging and not just offer unsolicited advice where just do this, do that. No, she didn't do that. What she did was she talked to me in a way that made me figure out my own problems. And that was key. Like it wasn't just her offering do this, do that. She had me figure it out, right? By certain words she was asking me, the way she drove the conversation, it was me figuring out what's what and what to do. Then she gave me options of, you could do this, you could try this, as a sidebar. But her doing that really fucking helped me out. It kept me from going crazy. So yeah, therapy is very, very important. I no longer need therapy. I mean, I could go probably use maybe a session or two, maybe once a month, but that's something that I need to figure out for myself if that's what I want to do or not. If it'd be beneficial, it's always going to be beneficial. But do I want to do it? I kind of feel good of where I'm at. My headspace is. But let's get over that stigma, y'all. Let's get over that stigma of not needing therapy or thinking that therapy is something bad. It's a great thing. It's not that you are crazy, it's that you keeping yourself from going crazy. That's how I see it. And I'm very proud to say I have a therapist. Very, very proud. I speak to her all the time when I can. Yep. My man says, Big Primo says, I utilize my therapy sessions to the maximum. Exactly. At the end of the day, they get paid to listen to all your issues. Yes. You know what's crazy that, or my therapist told me, and I don't know why I never thought of this, but your therapist goes to therapy herself or themselves. They have to go to therapy as part of their job because they have to be evaluated to make sure that they're competent or cognizant of taking care of what you going through, which I thought was interesting to say the least. So when she told me that, it was very eye opening to me. I never even thought about that. So yes, therapy is important. LIRR. You can put in the comments if doing the shuttle bus is considered the shuttle bus for the LIRR, not for the in-house shuttles. Doing the shuttle bus for the Long Island Railroad is considered crossing the picket line. Put yes or no in the comments, or thumbs up or thumbs down. Let me know what you think. Again, the poll I had when both polls, there was about 15, 16, maybe 17 or 18 participants. 15 out of the 18 said they will not do the shuttle bus if offered for the LIRR, and they consider that, yes, Ron Springer, keep yourself grounded. They consider that walking the picket line, and so I want to hear from you guys who are here today if you consider that walking the picket line, and would you do it or not? There, again, this is not talking about the in-house shows, the normal shows we have like the FQ or the A train, which those usually are the ones that always some kind of problem. But I'm talking about the LIRR. Is if you think that's crossing the picket line, or would you do it? Also, what I want to bring up is your boy. This is something that I was contemplating on for over a year. I believe that I spoke with our boy Brooklyn Pete about this a while ago, because it was just weighing on my mind, and I just didn't know if I wanted to ask or not. And so, interesting enough, last week I had a fall in my house. I had a fall. So I was sitting on the edge of my bed, and I was contemplating on some of the chores that I was going to do in my house, and I was pretty tired, right? And sitting on the edge of the bed, I was nodding off, and I fell off my fucking bed. Now my bed is pretty high off the ground, like all these new beds are. I have a sleep number bed is pretty high off the ground. And what up, Rob? And so when I fell, I kind of broke my tray that's next to my bed. I broke my favorite mug, my Star Wars mug. This is the second one that my sister brought me that I broke. So I'm really upset about that. She brought me a Star Wars mug when I was in rehab, and it slipped out my hand and fell. So I wasn't happy about that. And then she brought me a new one, which lasted a lot longer, but when I fell off the bed onto the floor, I broke it. I'm really upset about that. Really, really. And so, but that gave that, yeah, it brought me, my slippers on, whatever, Rob. It brought me to a realization that there might be a time when I might have to depend on my scooter. Now, my scooter that I have, I love it, but the seat was not meant for me. Now, at the time that I bought this scooter, the seat that's on there looked fine because it matches the seat that I bought for my mountain bike. It's very similar to the seat that I bought for my mountain bike. And so I had bought that kind of seat because the original seat that came with the mountain bike was like fucking hard plastic. It was terrible on my ass. So I bought a more comfortable seat. And so I'm like, okay, so this should be good for me. What up, Reggie? Lo and behold, because of the surgeries I had on my back, that seat doesn't work for me. It just gives me so much pain when I ride it. Now I've been dealing with it for a while because that's just me. I'll just suck it up, you know. So if I would use it to go to the store. The store where I live at is just about 2 blocks away, but they're 2 long fucking blocks and they're downhill. So, you know, coming back is all uphill. And I can manage that. I don't get that much pain from riding a short period. But I went to Albany with the retirees, and that was pretty much all day riding. You know, there was a time where they had us sit on some nice, comfortable couches, so that was cool. What up, Rob? That was cool for me because it took the pressure off my back. But for the rest of the time, I'm riding on a scooter, and my back was just killing me. I have two long pins in my back, and I had some multiple surgeries done. So sitting on that type of chair, it really it really agitates my back. So again, like I said, I was contemplating for over a year. Man, should I do this? Should I not? And when I felt that was like, yeah, I might have to just do it because there might be a time where I might need to be using it. I might have to rely on that scooter, and I don't want to be in pain when I'm riding that. Plus, I want to just go outside, go to the park and stuff like that. And I just don't. I won't do it with that scooter. So if I don't just jump in the cab, then I'm just screwed. So I decided to just go ahead, swallow my pride, and go ahead and just ask. You know, I started a GoFundMe, and I posted it. It's already live, and I posted it. As you can see here, if you go to my personal page, it's up. It's up on my TikTok. It's up everywhere, wherever I'm at. It's up, and I'm just asking for the link. I'm not asking for a lot. The scooter that I want is almost the same scooter, just a different seat design, which would be much more comfortable. But they run about $1,500, right? It says my goal there is about 1,000, but once you get close to 1,000, it's gonna because I put in 1,500. Once you get close to 1,000, it's gonna jump up to 1,500. I don't know why they do that, and if you donate to that, please, if you donate to that, they're gonna ask you for all kinds of other shit. Just donate and leave. You know what I mean? There are some people who feel like they don't trust that, which I understand. I do have a Cash App. I do have Zelle. I don't have Venmo, but we want to get this scooter here. This one is a lot more comfortable for me, and that will allow me to go places without having to worry about having to relax a day or two just to warn off the soreness that's in my back. And yeah, again, it took. Trust me, y'all. It took a lot for me to get this going. I really was like, I don't want to ask nobody. I try to get the money myself, but it's just not happening. And that fall made me realize that I could be dependent on that scooter a lot more quicker than I think. So it's on my page. I will put the link for the fundraiser for the GoFundMe in the description. Also, I just wanted to let you guys know about that because I need some help, and that's the hardest thing for us to do is ask for help. But I wanted a lot of lessons learned from my accident. A lot of humbleness is learned from my. There are people who have already donated to you guys. My heart, thank you. I I thank you from the bottom of my heart for those who already donate and for those who are willing to donate. Listen, no amount is too small. No amount is it gets me to my goal, you know. And if I make it to the goal, I will do an unboxing video and show you what you guys helped me purchase. So I'm just letting you guys know. All right, it's up there. It's on my personal page on Facebook. For those of you watching on Facebook, it's up on my personal page. You just click the link and donate. I will put it in the description here so you guys can donate on that. And I will greatly, greatly appreciate it, because I need that chair. Oh, my God. When you're on a Cessna ride, right, and you use a scooter, they expect you to sit in a scooter. I can't do that. I can't. If that's the case, when I roll up and they say there's no seats, I say I get off and I ask for a rescue vehicle. Because that scooter actually folds up and goes. It's a good scooter. It just hurts my fucking back, bro. It's terrible, something terrible. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up again. So roughly, we're pretty much done. Rob, are you on the plane? What's going on? I thought you was on the plane. Talking about Martinez, our depot chair. That's my boy, Rob. Yeah. Oh, Rob, listen, man. Small coffee. Hold on. I got, I got, sorry, went down the wrong pipe. I got two segments I'm thinking about doing for you guys. Might be two and one. I might merge the two because they're kind of like the same, but a little bit different. I want to do something. Yeah, I'm not gonna bring it up. I got two segments. Let's put it like that. I'm working on two segments. It should be fun. All right. And one of the segments, me and Pete were thinking about doing for the longest. We just never pulled the trigger on it. I think I'm gonna pull the trigger on that because it's gonna be fun. All right. So listen, that's everything. That's everything. Let's keep an eye. Susie, oh, it's so late, mommy. We talked about the Long Island Railroad and where they're at. And you know, again, damn. I wish I had that video of Jano Lieber talking because again, he said some things that was suspect, make you think that he already has his agreement set for the local, and it doesn't sound good at all. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. If not, um, if I find it, I'll put it up in next week's please. Our sister Facebook group. If I can, I'll put it up in the WhatsApp group. If you're not on the WhatsApp group, again, I will put the link to join. It's one in next week's please already, but I will put a link here on YouTube so you guys could join there. I took that 24-hour disappearing thing off. So now if I post something, it's going to stay. It's not going to disappear. All right. Because that was a problem with the polls. There was a 24-hour thing. I took it off. So now the polls will stay or whatever. But any ideas, you got my email. My email is in the WhatsApp group. I will put the email in this chat. If you have anything else you want to discuss or want me to talk about, or if you want to join me on the show, you can email me and let me know. If you have, you let me know what we're going to talk about when you join me. All right. So that's pretty much the end of today's show. Family Day. Don't forget Family Day, June 6th. You guys have your meeting notices. If you missed it, scroll back. You could you'll see it up there. Take a screenshot. TA Surface tomorrow, the 19th, 11 a.m., 6 p.m. All right? You got a meeting tomorrow. Go. You got to fill these meetings up. You got to ask these people questions. Make sure you get on them about that medical. Talk to them about that medical. Tell them you don't want that Aetna Advantage shit. You want to get back on traditional Medicare. You paid for it. You paid for Medicare, traditional Medicare, not Medicare Advantage. All right. You got the mental workshop, the 28th. Again, Family Days, June 6th. Mental workshop, the 28th. TA Surface has a meeting tomorrow. Stations departments have their meeting on the 28th at 10 and 5 p.m. You can go back to screenshot the actual memo. And the LIRR is still on strike, guys. So make your commute accordingly. A lot of people are driving, so you know it's going to be backed up. Give yourself enough time. And for everybody watching, I appreciate you watching today. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here, and that I very much appreciate. And that will be the end of the show. So for the new folks, appreciate you. Subscribe. Consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the like button. Hit the alert bell so you can see whenever I post either live or anything else on there. You'll be alerted. Same thing on Facebook. There's some kind of button you can press to be alerted when I go live. Every Monday at 7 o'clock, y'all. That's what it is. That's what I try to get to you guys. All right. So I appreciate you guys watching. That will be the end of today's show. I am the host, your boy Blunt, and fuck them if they can't take a joke. Later, guys.
You're still here?
7 o'clock every night. Come on.
It's over.
It's over.
Go home. Go.